Hello, good morning everybody. My name is Carlos Lopez and this video is for the assignment for Professor Taylor and the Disposition to Teach video presentation. The first question that I will be answering or referencing is, what attributes should a professional educator have and how should they behave? How will I uphold the expectations of the profession? So honestly, when talking about professional education, you have to have a kind heart. You have to be very supportive and very lenient. And with all those things, you have to become a role model for these kids. You never know what's going on at home. You never know what they have learned in the past. And being that role model for your students is going to be a great help for the classroom because as we see with the College of Education, some of the dispositions that they talk about is respect for diversity, collaboration, and community. So with collaboration and community, you can have that sense of, like I said, the diversity in the classroom. No matter what races are in the classroom, no matter what genders are in the classroom, you're always going to have that sense of feeling, not pressured to confine to society roles. You're going to be there to learn. You're going to be there to fit in, right? To not fit in the way where you're forcefully fit in, but you're gonna be heard and seen in my classroom, and that is a very, very big thing to just have for the College of Ed, and because without it, who knows what? Like I said, like I mentioned before, where these kids are getting their ideals from, where they're getting their morals from. The second question is talking about how those dispositions are going to affect the classroom positively or negatively. And honestly, with these dispositions from the College of Education, there's always, in my opinion, there's always going to be right from wrong, right? There is never going to be a situation where I think that even if you're doing wrong, it's right for the person, no matter what the circumstances, yada, yada, yada. No, there is always a right from wrong, a left from right, you know? So when we talk about these dispositions, you have to teach them the right way. You have to teach them, first of all, the golden rule. If you want respect, you have to respect each other. If you want to be treated nicely, you have to treat others with respect. With those things, teaching right from wrong will impact them in the long run because honestly, I've had a lot of students and I had a lot of classmates think that they're doing right, but in the long run, they know that they're doing wrong. So us educators, if we have them just reference our own life examples that we give them, right? We don't have to go into great detail, but if we tell them what kind of student we were, if we tell them what kind of classroom environment that we had, that'll help them because they'll realize that, okay, I'm doing so-and-so, maybe that's the wrong thing to do, or I'm doing so-and-so, maybe that's the right thing to do. So with these dispositions, it's really, really easy to teach them the right and wrong, but it's up to you to realize or to teach them how to find their own right and wrong. Third question is, how will you ensure that you're presenting multiple perspectives within your content area and allow learners to critically analyze multiple perspectives? And honestly, being an English major, it's going to be not easy to have them create their own opinion, right? But I think of the book of Mice and Men and how in the end Lenny is killed by George, his best friend, and you can present that situation where was it right for him to kill him, right? Was he thinking about the grand scheme of things, and was he really trying to protect his best friend? Was he trying to be, there's a lot of opinions, and I don't want to give my own to, not right now per se, but I don't want to give my own to my students before they form their own, right? I've had many discussions on, he was just protecting him. He knew that what the villagers were going to do to Lenny because he had killed Curly's wife, right? But at the end of the day, if they have the opinion of, no, he was right, killing your best friend, or no, he wasn't right, you shouldn't have killed your best friend, you guys should have ran away and you both would have survived, or whatever their opinion is, we have to ensure that there's multiple perspectives from everyone, right? Not everyone is going to have the right or wrong answer in these kind of situations, but there is a right answer for your own self. An easy way that I could stay current with research or setting my own professional goals is by truly taking in what our professional developments or our PDs are when we have them when I become an educator. Honestly, reviewing peer-reviewed journals like Educational Psychologist or the American Psychologist or the Journal of Educational Psychology have been a great help for me because I get to indulge myself into what actual doctors and actual professionals are talking about, not only for education-wise, right, but just for your own self. Try to review what you're feeling like. Try to review how your own self feels like and how you're going to bring that to the classroom, right? If you're having a bad day, you shouldn't bring it to the classroom. Whatever happens at home stays at home. Whatever happens in the classroom, gotta stay in the classroom. I know a lot of people that take their work home. I know a lot of people who, and I get it, right? Some of these stories that our students tell us are out this world and we don't know what to do and we want to play hero sometimes, but sometimes we have to take into consideration what we've learned, how to process that learning, and how to just review your own self, right? Without taking care of yourself, you cannot take care of others, and that is the biggest thing that we should take out of these professional developments and these peer-reviewed journals, because, like I said, when we try to play hero and we don't just do our job, it could affect us in the long run as well.